See,
Oh, we are on.
we are on. Hey, everybody. Oh my gosh. Lisa Blaisdell and Tracy Poncherelli. It's been a minute since we've
It
done
has
it.
been a minute. Oh,
It's been a
comes
minute.
Mabel.
Oh, and here comes Mabel. It's not a party until Mabel's here.
It's really not. She's like, where'd that woman go?
Oh my God. Honestly. Happy summer, you guys. Happy July. I just can't even believe that. I can't even believe that 2 years ago today,
Yeah.
I launched my business in social retail with you right by my side, locking arms. Here we go.
I'm going to start to cry. I need to just say this before Lisa gets into it. Lisa, I love you so much. And we were friends.
Yeah.
But now we're sisters.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Mabel, did you want to get back out?
They're always
I couldn't have done it without you. And it has been the most amazing 2 years for us to grow as friends, as women, as business, as entrepreneurs. Like in every way, we have grown so much. And I'm so grateful you said yes. I'm so grateful you said yes.
So grateful, Grace. I could cry too. I mean, I wouldn't be where I am without you. I mean, nothing in my life looks like it did 2 years ago. Literally nothing. Very little. I was even looking at my video. I was looking at my hair. I was like, oh, my hair's grown too.
Right. Everything's grown.
Everything's grown. And so what you and I do so well together, and what I love so much about our friendship, is that we just really get into the nitty gritty about our mindsets and really what it takes to live an abundant, happy and fulfilled life. And making this decision with you 2 years ago was a part of my journey to live an abundant, fulfilled, above average, happy life.
Right. Yeah.
And isn't that what we're all looking for? I mean, isn't that what we're all here to do? And I love that we can unpack some of these things, because we walk through the journey of all the things everybody else feels.
Right.
We just are willing to go down some roads that
we are willing to get really uncomfortable.
We are. And
we are willing to fail. We are willing for it to get messy.
Yeah.
We're willing.
We're willing to take those risks. And, 2 years ago, I took a risk. I mean, I had built a company that, I'd built a business with a company that I thought I was going to be with forever. And, I've learned in the last 2 years, never say never. But I was so dissatisfied because I wanted so much to continue to grow, continue to serve, continue to help women.
Right.
And, that's one of the things you and I share so intensely, is that we want to help women thrive and be all that they can be. And I wasn't able to do that. It was really just my business was at a standstill from that perspective.
Yeah, I was thinking, so, I'm going to do something about this. A friend that we both have is a coach in human design. You might not agree with human design, but one of the things about my human design is this deep need to serve, like to really serve others. And I think everyone has that desire to really serve others. Absolutely. But there's some of us that from a career with what you do, like that kind of needs to be a part of it. And I think even if you aren't in the industry that Lisa and I are in, I think so many people can relate to the idea, even if it's not that service, but that feeling that what you're doing right now is not filling your cup.
Right.
In the way that you really know it, like know in your soul is not the way. And you feel like, well, like it's fine.
Right.
It's good enough. But, I think we both were saying, we both were 50 years old.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm not going to settle for it being fine.
Right.
It's not, not doing that. Yeah.
Right. No, I love that. That is exactly where we were. Yeah. And I think a lot, and I've, you and I've had so many conversations in a business setting and out of a business setting with women that feel the same way, that, you kind of hit this stage of life and, our roles as moms have changed significantly. our relationships with our significant others change and evolve and grow, or,
Right.
you know, in my
Yes.
case, really change.
Right.
And, you know, you're just kind of like, what's next? And
Right.
I love that we've been able to show up, Trace, for the last 2 years, showing women in our age group that, yeah, there can be a part two, and it can be unbelievably amazing and fulfilling and
Right.
fun and
Right.
full of community, that it really can be better than what it was before.
I totally agree. And I'll say, I mean, we know this, again, the beauty of perspective, right?
Yeah.
But as humans, you're not supposed to do the same thing forever.
Right.
Like that's just not, it's just not really, it's not why you're here.
Right.
You are forever expanding.
Yep.
And so sometimes you're able to do that from a work perspective
Right.
inside the same job and in a relationship inside the same relationship.
Right.
And sometimes you're not.
Right.
And there's really no way to know that until you get there.
Yep.
And I just feel like when we don't listen to that voice inside us,
Yes.
that is saying, like, just try it, you know, or just do something else. We are ignoring our soul speaking to us.
We are.
Trying to
We are.
scream to us to tell us
We are.
that we need something else.
We are. We are. And I think that's one of the things as women. I mean, I think we all have that ability
Right.
to listen to
Yeah.
ourselves and our intuition, but women are especially
Yes.
wired this way.
Mhm.
And I just remember, Trace, you know, especially through COVID, I mean, it really,
Yeah.
you know, we're living in a post-COVID world, but I think still, you know, things are different, and we still
Yeah.
wake up with a different mindset because
Yeah.
so much in our lives changed. And we know that every single day we're waking up with reminders that this one life is precious, it's fragile, we have one shot at it, as far as we know. And, you know, we got to get out there and we got to go make the most of it, because there's no round two. And
Right.
so just knowing that and realizing that you're just kind of in this, you know, plateaued existence, you know, telling yourself stories
Right.
that it's okay to just be, you know, dissatisfied at a little level. But
Right.
meanwhile, the voice inside you is screaming, saying, you know, you're meant to do something bigger than this, or you have the potential to do something bigger than this. And I just think the difference between women like you and I and so many other women that maybe are even watching this is that we were just willing to listen to that voice versus the voices that come from all kinds of different places.
Totally.
Telling us to stay safe.
Right. I mean,
And
we joke about this all the time, right? So anytime, I mean, our brains just don't want us to do anything risky.
Nope.
And so it is amazing the stories your brain will come up with to stop you from doing something that feels dangerous.
Yep.
And it's interesting because I feel like if you really like, if anybody's listening to this and you're trying to make, like, thinking about making some kind of change, it can even be little. I would ask you to just like really write out what's the worst thing that can happen.
Right.
Because I mean, oftentimes the thing that we're most worried about is what other people are going to think.
Yeah. Yeah. Number one.
Right. Number one, people are going to talk
one.
about me. People are going to be mad at me. People aren't going to like me anymore.
Yep.
And seriously, and that can really feel overpowering, but are we actually going to live our lives according to whether or not other people are going to be mad at us for doing something that was good for us?
Yeah.
I mean, it just like when you stop, if you can actually write it down, you stop and think about it, it really takes a little bit of its power away, I think.
It does. It does. No, that's a great suggestion, Trace. That's a great suggestion. And, you know, really like asking yourself, is this a real like possibility? Or am I just telling myself a story? You know, we were talking about before we hopped on here, people think, well, I want to be reasonable, or I want to be realistic. You know, I got to be realistic. I got to be reasonable. Well, okay. Yes. And though, like, I mean, reasonable about what? About, you know, reasonable that if you decide to do something different, that people might not like it. I mean, that's to me, that's, you know, unacceptable, that I'm going to let other people's opinions they don't pay your bills. They
Right.
don't sleep in your bed at night. They
Right.
don't like walk in your path. They
Right.
don't. And they have absolutely no idea what your potential is. They
Right.
just want to stay comfortable in their existence. And that's really at the end of the day, what
Right.
this is all about. They just want to stay comfortable. So they want you to stay the
Right.
same. And so, and I experienced that. I experienced that a lot 2 years ago, and it's okay. I mean, it was an interesting process to just see how people responded and,
Right.
how they reacted. And, a lot of people are still by my side and a lot of people are not. And that's
Right.
okay. That's
It is
okay.
okay, because what you realize is their, right, we always say it has nothing to do with you. What you realize
Right.
is their response
Right.
based on their fears,
That's
based
right.
on their stories.
That's right.
And
That's
it's,
right.
I remember it's almost like you hold up a mirror sometimes to
That's right.
people.
That's
And
right.
our friend Lauren Lahav once said, sometimes people just don't want you to leave them behind.
That's right.
And right. And I think
Yes.
that when you start to have like real empathy for, and then we really did. I mean, at first it was hard because, people were really not happy with us. But when you realize that's just their perception of the situation, and
Yes.
it really doesn't have anything to do with you.
Yeah.
And
It has
it's
nothing-
amazing
it
to
has
me
nothing to do.
how people who, had just a really hard time with our decision are now like, time heals all wounds.
It does.
People are
It does. It does.
totally okay.
It does.
It really does. It really does.
Really, really does.
Wow. Yeah.
And, one of the biggest things that I think you and I both grew from this is, when you can lean into that next level of resiliency and the next level and the next level and the next level. I mean,
Right.
I will never forget. I mean, the day that I resigned, I felt like I was literally jumping off of a cliff
Yeah.
without a parachute. And, I mean, it wasn't like I was going to die or anything, but there was a lot at stake. And
Yeah.
I just remember thinking, I'm going to sew a damn parachute if I have to,
Right.
I'm gonna go do it. And
Right.
it's amazing what happens when you get yourself into that mode. You
Right.
change, you grow, you become
Right.
so much stronger.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'll just say, if anyone's watching, you become so much more confident
Yeah.
in your ability to show up and to do things. And as a woman,
Right.
I mean, it was a huge growth season
Right.
for me. I mean, it was huge. And I really look back and I'm like, God, I really am proud of myself that
Oh my gosh.
I
Yes.
decided to go for it. And
Yes.
I didn't let the fear stop me. And I was
No.
like, I'm going to make it happen. I mean,
You trusted yourself and you
Yeah.
just jumped.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
so for those, some of you might not know what the hell we're talking about, but we made this decision to leave our companies and move very quickly.
Yeah.
Like it was very instinctually,
Yeah.
like,
It was
I mean,
quick.
we knew a lot, and we were,
Yeah.
successful in our industry. So we knew we had a good thing.
Yeah.
But we didn't I think the thing that just helped us is we didn't let those other stories
Yeah.
just start to take over. We didn't.
We didn't. And you know what, Trace, what I've learned in the last 2 years, especially because I, went on to make a lot of other changes, is that people are always going to have opinions. There's always going to be people that are going to want to keep you right where you are. Right. And, and I had moments where I let other people's, their fear, their fear influence me.
Yeah.
And you just have to make a choice that you're going to stay on your path. You're going to put the blinders on. You're going to go into, whether it's a job change or a relationship change or whatever it is, with full faith, not like religious faith, but just like a leap of faith. I mean, you can have religious faith if you want to.
For sure.
We're just but in the context of this, it's just full faith that it's going to work out.
Right.
And I'll tell you, I did that. You did that. Look at us now.
You did it more, and I know we're not talking too much about Lisa's personal life and the evolution of that, which has been enormous. But there was a period, Lisa, and I would say probably was, last summer was a tough time, right? Yeah. But there was a period where you were in it up to here, and I was just, I would just think it would be really helpful for people to hear if you're going through it, right? Just to keep going, but you did some things like your morning practices and like the stuff you did that you just like leaned into. And
Yeah.
I'd love for you to tell people like a little bit of the stuff that you did, because I
Yeah.
think it's really, that kept you going.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just kept you
Yeah.
going.
You have to develop a massive practice that is going to help you build an unwavering belief in yourself. I
Right.
mean, whatever it takes,
Right.
and that is on you. I mean,
Right.
I knew that was
An
on,
inside job.
like, I mean, you could tell me all day long, Justin Prince could tell us
Yeah.
all day long how amazing we are, how, proud they are of us. But honestly, it is up to us to build that muscle that we can do whatever it is that we decide to do, even when it is just flat out brutally hard. I
Right.
mean, and a lot of people have gone through some flat out brutally hard circumstances in the last 2 years. I mean, in life in general,
Yeah.
and it's a choice to get out of bed. It's a choice as to how you're going to start your day.
Right.
And how you and I start our days. I think, I mean, it's hard for me to believe that we're like in a small percentage of people in the world that start our day in an intentional way,
Right.
with an intention of
Right.
pouring into ourselves with
Right.
mindfulness practices, meditation, journaling, affirmations, all the things. I mean, for like 2 months, just every single day, no matter what, I would put my earpods in. I would walk around my new neighborhood when I
Yep.
moved. I was gripped in fear. I was gripped in grief. And
Right.
I just listened to positive affirmations around my
Right.
finances, around who I am, around, like all of
You
it.
had
And
signs up all over, you had
yes, and
signs up
even,
all over the apartment.
yes,
Yeah.
and it
Right.
seems, I mean, it may seem silly. It may seem like it's over top, like over the top.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to do all that. Well, I will tell you at that time, oh yes, I did. And now it's like a groove in me. It's a muscle. It's just like,
Yeah.
we go work out, right? And
Right.
so now, and I'm still doing it. I maybe don't need to spend an hour every morning listening to affirmations so that I can breathe.
Right.
But I still make that time for myself, because the world is still going to come at you. You have to
Yeah.
be completely centered and make sure that you're listening to yourself,
Right.
because otherwise, for me personally, I feel like you're going to miss the opportunities to take that next chance,
Right.
to
Right.
lean into something bigger, to go from good to great, like Justin always talks about.
Right.
And listening to yourself, whether it's through meditation or journaling or all the things we talk about, really getting in touch with yourself is the most important step that you can
It
take.
totally is. And I totally agree with you. And there's a thing called negativity bias, if anyone's listening to this.
Yeah.
A negative thought has like 100 times more power than a positive thought.
Yep.
Truth. And all of you can probably feel it. Like, you see on social media, like a bunch of people say nice things, and then one person makes a snarky comment, and you're like, focus on the one thing. And so when you're in a space where you have doubt and are worried and are, not where you want to be at, you have to pour the thoughts into yourself, because the stories aren't true.
Right.
So just you have to rewrite them.
Yeah. Yeah.
No
You have to decide. You have to decide. That's right.
Yeah.
And you have to decide what truth you're going to create for yourself.
Right.
You have to decide.
Yeah.
It's not up to anyone else. I mean, and you can have a lot of amazing people in your life that are going to pour in some great truth to you, but really at the end of the day, you have to be willing to trust yourself.
Yeah.
And just trust that you have what it takes within you to take that next step.
To figure it out, that you'll figure it out.
And just that you are going to figure it out. You are going to figure it out.
We've all figured out everything up to this point. We figured it out so far.
Right. I mean, we figured out how to go live on Facebook through Zoom.
We've learned so many things.
We've learned so many things. And yes, we stepped into a platform that was exceptional for us. I mean, we
Yeah.
stepped into the perfect storm of a
Yeah.
business that was really just so well suited for us, given
Right.
all the experience that we have and given
Right.
where they're going and the vision that they have and, you
Right.
know, the leadership and the
Yeah.
systems and, you know, all the things that we talk about. I mean, we're not really talking about that stuff because, you know, the bigger thing for this conversation is that you've got to get yourself to a place where you can be open to receive an opportunity that's
Right.
going to just open up for you,
Yeah.
you know? And,
Yeah.
and you know, what's so funny is that you and I and our friend Kim,
Yeah.
and, you know, you were having lots of conversations also with our friend Stephanie.
Right.
We were in conversation, and this is important. We were in
Yeah.
conversation, basically asking the universe to help us out and figure out how
Right.
we were going to be more successful at our last company. Like,
Right.
what can we be doing? What can we create? What can we come up with? Who do we
Right.
need to become? Who do we need to become
Right.
to get ourselves and all these people to the next level?
Right.
And because we were asking those
Right.
questions and because we were showing up in that way, this door just opened.
Yes.
It's like,
Yep.
hello,
Yeah.
here it is.
Bring it to me. Bring me the
Right.
things. Right.
Right. I mean, it's amazing.
It is,
So
it is amazing. If you're saying to yourself, it won't work, I can't do it, it's too late for me, I'm too busy. Your subconscious mind, the universe is like, she's too busy. It won't work
right.
for her. Like it's
That's
just
right.
it's giving you whatever you're asking for, you're gonna get it.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, you
You're
are.
gonna get it.
You
You're gonna
are.
get it.
You're
You're
gonna
gonna get
get
what you
it.
ask for. Yeah, you're gonna get what you ask for. So you gotta like, and it's up to us. It's really because
Yeah.
our brains are just telling us stories based on everything that's happened up until now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
And a few of us, and I know a lot of people that are watching are students of Brene Brown, and she always
Yeah.
talks about the shitty rough draft.
Yeah. And the story I'm telling
Yeah.
myself right now, right? She always
Yep.
says the story I'm telling myself right now is
Yep.
instead
Yep.
of that being true, just
Yep.
the story I'm telling myself right now. Yeah.
So if you're telling yourself a story that whatever it is you're looking at is not going to work, or, you know, I mean, listen, we took a risk. Life is a risk, my friend. Life is a risk. You know, I just went to Trader Joe's. That was a risk. I could have, you know, could have come back with some very choice
Yeah.
foods.
Yeah.
I mean, everything is a
But no,
risk.
but people say this all the time, right? The biggest mistakes that we think is that one, that we have more time.
Yep.
And two, that we're actually in control of, you know, like our master plan.
Yeah.
And we all know someone, you know, who,
No.
you know,
Yeah.
their master
Yeah.
plan was cut way short.
Yeah.
And so,
Short.
you
Way
know,
short.
why not just go
Go
for
for it.
it?
Just
Right.
go for it. Yeah. Yeah. No, this is so great. No,
Well, I have to say, the woman I mean, you're already an amazing woman. Everybody knows that. Friends with Lisa, but the woman that you continue to become, and I don't know, just so inspiring, Lisa. Like you're so inspiring. You're so authentic and vulnerable, and I'm just so happy for you. Because I mean, in this business, for those of you who don't know, Lisa's an amazing leader. You've helped so many women, and then just in your life, you've just like,
thanks, Trace. I couldn't
Oh.
have done it without you. You've been
Oh my God, I
by
couldn't
my
have done it without
side.
you either.
Truly by my side. I mean, and it really is a journey of growth, and it's not
It
always
is.
pretty. And, you know, I didn't always show up pretty, you know, I didn't.
Right.
And I had to work through a lot of stuff and a lot of growth and a lot of my own fears. And, you know, it's the best and the most challenging work that we
Yeah.
can do is to work on ourselves.
Yeah.
And I'm so fiercely committed to it. And I'm so grateful to have a woman like you in my life, Trace, who's just as fiercely committed to this growth. It's just a blast to go
Yeah.
through life
Yeah.
with a friend like you. I was listening to a podcast this morning about soulmates, and someone was talking about all these, you know, she's got a partner, you know, a husband, but she also has all these women in her life that are soulmates. And I'm like, it's just so amazing because you know, that's like who we are. We're here to help people become more authentic and to live better, more enriched lives. And I'm just so proud of the community that you've built, Trace, and that we've built together. It's just,
we do
it's
have,
amazing.
and I think that's probably the last thing we could end it on, Lisa, is I think, you know, when you're doing this work, it really, you need a tribe.
You do.
And I know you know, you got professional help when you needed professional help as you're going through some stuff, but to have your women
Yeah.
particularly, you're women who are also invested in you and their growth and your growth. And like, it is everything.
Yep. It's
It's
everything.
everything. It's
It's
everything.
really
So
about who you surround yourself with,
it is,
you know?
it is.
And we have just surrounded ourselves with just so many exceptional, amazing women. It's
We
just
have.
so
We have.
inspiring. It is.
Yeah.
It is. Well, I love you. This was so
I
fun.
love you too. Happy change
Yes.
anniversary. We'll call it your change anniversary.
Love it.
Where it all
Love it.
began.
This was a much easier live to do than 2 years ago, by the way.
Woo! Yes. Full sweat.
My God, I was sweating. Love you so much,
I love
Trace.
you too.
Love you
Bye,
guys.
everybody.
Have a great day. Bye.